world, it's your boy Boxing LJ, aka Left Hook Less, and I am back to wrap up last week's boxing matches and talk about what's to come in boxing. So as we all know, this previous Sunday, June 6th, TBE Floyd Money Mayweather was in an exhibition bout against YouTube star Logan Paul, and I was definitely viewing. Even though it was an exhibition, who's not gonna watch Money Mayweather? Come on, it's a given, it's a done deal. So I was definitely tuned in. I'm not gonna talk too long about that fight in particular. Because even though it was an exhibition, we know who won. We know that Logan Paul was way out of his league, even though he had 50 pounds on Floyd Mayweather. Mayweather still made it look like easy work. Because that's what he does. So I was entertained by the card. There was some good fights on the card. I just want to say to start off, Chad Ochocinco, sir, you are an incredible athlete, but you already know. Stop making excuses. Don't blame your girlfriend for the McDonald's that she got you right before the fight. That McDonald's is not why you got knocked out. You got knocked out because you are new to the boxing game. At least you are new to stepping in the ring under the bright lights. Yes, you were an NFL player, a good one, a great one at that. I believe you're a Hall of Famer. However, you can't blame McDonald's for you getting knocked out. So, as I was stating, there were some good fights on the card. Jared Swift Hurd versus Luis Cuba Arias. Man, that was the fight I was looking forward to the most because I wanted to see how Jared Swift Hurd was going to respond. He had been out of the ring for a while. Unfortunately, he did not come out victorious. Luis Cuba Arias just beat him. He beat him. And I believe that Jared Swift Hurd lost for three main reasons. First, and the most important in my mind, is his camp confirmed that in his offseason, he got up to 217 pounds. He typically fights at 154 pounds. He came into this fight 155 pounds. Dude, that is over 50 pounds. Specifically, that is over 60 pounds that he had to lose. And that is way too much weight to lose. And when you do that, you're typically going to get fatigued faster. You're going to lose some power in your punches. And he didn't look the same. He didn't look like the same Jared Swift Hurd that we are used to. So the first reason, he ballooned up to 217 pounds. Way too much weight to lose. The second reason, I definitely believe that the loss of his father had something to do with it. Listen, you don't know what grief, you don't know how grief is going to affect you until you are affected by it. And even then, the grief affects you differently. I, fortunately, have not lost either one of my parents, praise God. However, I have lost both a mentor and a cousin within the past year. And the grief hits me differently each and every time, and it hits me at random times. So I'm not sure if the grief hit him in preparation for the fight, during the fight. However, losing your dad is a big thing. So that was reason number two. He had too much weight to lose, and he also lost his father. Another main reason I believe he lost is because he overlooked his opponent. And I don't know why he would do that, because Luis Cuba Arias is a solid fighter. He is a good fighter. He gave Danny Jacobs a tough test. So I don't even know why you would doubt this man or not take him seriously, because he is a solid fighter. And I believe Luis Cuba Arias came specifically for this upset. Listen, this was probably the biggest stage that he was ever going to be on a Floyd Mayweather undercard, and he was fighting a previously unified champion. So why not go for broke? And that's what he did, and he put on a great show. I want to tip my hats off to Luis Cuba Arias for the win. I also want to tip my hats off to Jared Swift Hurd, because he showed heart. He showed that he had a chin, which these aren't things that we didn't know about him. It's just he has so much potential, and I wish he could put it all together. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe he can beat Jermell Charlo, especially not how he looked against Luis Cuba Arias. So hopefully, he said he's going back to the drawing board. He's not making any excuses, which I definitely appreciate. As a boxing fan, that means he's accepting the loss, and hopefully he puts in the work so that he can return to the Jared Swift Hurd of old, and potentially surpass that with all of the potential that he has. But until then, please don't fight that boy from Houston, Texas. Please don't fight that Jermell Charlo. Please don't do it. I'm begging you. I like you, Swift Hurd, but you need 1 to 2 more tune-ups of you at your best prior to stepping in the ring with Jermell Charlo. Just my humble opinion. Moving forward, Badu Jack was also on the card. Listen, I was highly anticipating the match between him and John Pascal, but John Pascal failed the drug test with 4 banned substances in his system. If I was Badu Jack, I would take that as a compliment. You needed to take 4 banned substances to even feel confident enough to step in the ring with me. I must be a bad boy. But I'm going to tell you this, John Pascal, even though I've enjoyed some of your fights in the past, you are a disgrace to the boxing world. It is people like you, cheaters like you, that give this sport a bad name. And I really hope that you receive all of the repercussions that you deserve. Hopefully this is something that you can learn from. And I'm not sure if you deserve another shot in the boxing ring, because 4 banned substances, you were really trying to hurt Badu Jack. You were really trying to take his life. And I know boxers place their lives on the line every time they step in that squared circle. However, the fact that you added cheating on top of that with 4 banned substances, it's sort of a disgrace, and it's a mockery to those in boxing before you and those that were looking up to you, that were going to come after you. So Badu Jack, he put on a good performance, and I was really looking forward to seeing him against another top talent like John Pascal. But Badu Jack, you keep working, sir. I respect you as a man. I respect you and your craft, and you just keep working. Your break is coming soon, and I salute you, sir. Keep working. You put on a good performance. Something is bound to break for you soon. I believe that. So, those were all of the boxing matches I covered. Floyd, Money Mayweather, Chad Ochocinco, Jared Swift Hurd being defeated by Luis Cuba Arias, and Badu Jack. The highly anticipated fight against John Pascal was off due to failed drug test by John Pascal, but Badu Jack still showed up anyway. And he put on a great performance. So that's to wrap up Sunday, June 6th bouts. Now let's look forward. I believe that Teofimo Lopez and Kambosos are going to put on a great performance in the actual ring. I'm looking forward to the fight. I'm predicting that Teofimo Lopez is going to win by knockout. I believe it's going to be a mid-round knockout. Listen, y'all know that my predictions are often right. Sometimes my method is wrong. However, I'm hardly ever wrong in my prediction. So count this one in the record books. Teofimo Lopez is going to win by knockout. In Juneteenth weekend, we have the Charlo brothers. We have specifically Jamal Charlo fighting the following weekend. And then the weekend following that, June 26th, we have Gervonta Tank Davis versus Barrios on Showtime pay-per-view. And on this coming Friday, June 11th, both the stories behind Gervonta Tank Davis and Barrios and Charlo versus Montiel, they both air this Friday, June 11th on Showtime to prepare for the hype for these upcoming fights. And I am excited. Listen, boxing is in a good place. We have a lot of good fights coming up. June has been good thus far. We've had Pretty Boy Floyd, Money Mayweather. We had the return of Jared Swift Hurd. This upcoming weekend, we have unified lightweight champion Teofimo Lopez versus Kambosos. We have Charlo versus Montiel on Juneteenth weekend. And then the following weekend after that, we have Gervonta Tank Davis versus Barrios. It's a good month in boxing, and I will be covering all of those fights. That's all I got. It's your boy, Boxing LJ, aka Left Hook Less, and I'm out.